Hey everyone, it's Renee with True Path. Today I'm going to do a connected parenting segment, and I'm going to use the cards to ask a question, and I'll just talk about whatever comes up, whatever I think parents need to know right now. This is timeless and a general reading, so take what fits for you and leave what doesn't fit. When I talk about parenting anyway, I always say that you know yourself and your family and your child best. So you just do what feels right for you. Gather information, gather perspectives, and do what feels right for you. So intuitive parenting is really what I should call these segments. Connected, intuitive, connected to yourself. Yeah. So let's see, what do you guys need to know? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Great to have you. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. Hope you guys are doing well. Summertime's starting here. There's a thunderstorm just about to happen. I love thunderstorms, so good energy. Okay, what is the question? What do we need to talk about today for parents? Great gratitude. Oh, what a beautiful card, you guys. Wow. It's not just gratitude, it's great gratitude. So much gratitude. And it's such a summary card, too. Okay, what else do we have? Let's just... So having gratitude, I know, when things get stressful or get tough, it's hard to sometimes be thankful and remember how lucky we are as parents, especially when kids are being a pain sometimes. It's hard to have gratitude, but it's important to remember, right, how lucky you are to have this opportunity. And it's a huge opportunity, isn't it? Okay, what else? Never-ending story. I feel like that's talking about, it's actually a 10 card, so it is an ending card. So it feels like you guys are looking at the patterns that you've lived with throughout your life. And actually, I'm going to use these cards. And maybe looking at how you want to break some cycles. If there have been cycles of toxic behavior or things that you don't agree with in how you were raised, how do you want to end that story? How do you want to make that a thing of the past? Can you have gratitude for how far you've come in breaking the cycle? And we get Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yeah, this is really what this feels like. You are laying a solid foundation for the next generation. And this is a 6. This is, you're making a more balanced experience for your kids than maybe that you had. Yeah, so you're definitely breaking a cycle here. Laying a solid foundation, you do that in the little things that you say and do every day, don't you? It's, taking care of your kids, but it's also the values that you're passing along, the behaviors, the attitudes. How can you teach great gratitude to your kids, right? Laying that solid foundation for generations to come. Not to put any pressure on anybody, but it's true, isn't it? Like, patterns just keep, following us if we're not aware of what we're doing and how we're laying those layers on, right? Like, what layer do you want to put on there? Okay, and to clarify gratitude, family, gee. is what we're talking about, isn't it? Yeah, we're talking about parenting, and there's all these little kids, and it goes from baby and like they get older. Yeah. I really feel like you are affecting other generations by breaking a cycle and laying a solid foundation. And I feel like families to come will be grateful for the efforts that you've put in. Oh, I love that. Oh, you guys, you're doing such a good job. Yeah. There's great gratitude, not just gratitude. I keep getting drawn to that. Great gratitude for what you're doing, for the efforts that you're putting in to break these cycles. Yeah. Okay, never ending story. And so you get chop wood. Just like I was talking about, the way that you lay a solid foundation is by the daily tasks, the mundane things that you think are just routine are part of this solid foundation, right? That's what's creating the new story, is the daily tasks and how you perform them, the daily attitudes, the daily ways that you interact with your kids. That's what's making the difference. You think you're not making a difference when you're, changing diapers and, driving kids around, and you think you're not making a difference, but you're making a huge difference. You're changing the course of history, I want to say. That just came to me. You're changing the course of history. Wow. Okay. Let's see what else. And you get koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. How cute is that? Spirit has a plan. So whatever the situation is that you have going on, whatever challenges that you are facing in raising your kids, in managing your family, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of how things are supposed to go. Spirit always has a plan. That's just kind of a given. But if you're wondering, like, why do I feel like this? Or why am I faced with this situation? It's part of the bigger picture here. It's part of the next generations and how they're going to be affected. And you get intuition and manifestation. Intuitive parenting. That's what we are talking about. So this is right underneath family. Okay. Using your intuition to parent and figure out what your next steps are. Manifestation is really about, what do you want your family to feel like? What do you want everyone to experience in this time together? And when you think about that, when you have gratitude for what you have, and you think about the vision that you want for your family, look at these cards all in a row. When you have a vision for your family, gratitude for what you have, you manifest even more. You manifest an even greater vision for your family. That's what I'm being called to talk about. So, yeah. Meditation too. I know as a parent, you feel like you don't have time for meditation sometimes, but even 5 or 10 minutes, really helps, especially with having a vision and manifesting what you want for your family and your kids. Okay. And then we get building blocks. Yeah. You're laying a solid foundation. Whatever you're doing is really laying a solid foundation for your kids. The everyday things, the everyday building blocks, every day that you spend with your kids and, doing the mundane things that you have to do every day, you're building a solid foundation for them. It does feel like you are breaking a cycle here, and you're starting almost from the ground up, building something new and ending something that you don't think was very helpful. So if you look at this row, the never-ending story is ended by doing the mundane tasks every day, doing the practical things, and you're building a new solid foundation. And just then there's thunder outside. Okay, one more card. Let's see. Wow, we might get a card for the end too for some advice. Okay, sometimes life stings, wasp spirit. Okay. So yeah, you might be going through, and this is a 10 again, this is ending. And building blocks is an ending, 10. You're getting a lot of 10s. So this is the end of a cycle. You might have gone through some painful things growing up, and you are determined that that's not going to happen for your family. And you yourself going through some hard lessons, hard things. It's all part of the plan, okay? And so here's this row. Okay, so sometimes life stings, but Spirit has a plan. And this is how you're laying a solid foundation, right? By going through these hurts, feeling the pain, feeling the sting of it. That's okay. Because it's all part of moving on and ending this cycle. Okay. Let's pull just some advice for you. Let's see. What do you need to know? What do you need to know moving forward? Just feel like you need to be reminded sometimes that you are making a really big difference. You might not realize it, but you're starting a brand new foundation for generations to come. That's what's coming through today. So, all right, adjustments are required. So yeah, you might need to adjust your expectations, adjust how things are done. If you grew up a certain way, and sometimes those behaviors and attitudes just come out because that's what we know. But you are making adjustments. You are doing things differently. It's amazing. You really are doing things differently and breaking a cycle. You are adjusting. Wow. Okay, and you get your commitment is being tested. How bad do you want this new vision for your family? Right? Your commitment is being tested. So yeah, you're going through some trials, some painful things. But this is where the rubber meets the road, right? When you make these adjustments because this means so much to you to end this cycle and do things differently. I know how much it means to you. And that's what you're doing. So sometimes it does feel like you're being tested. But just know that the adjustments that you're making are really making a huge difference. I just feel like we need to pull one more card, maybe from the angels here, just to round it out. Whew, you are working hard. You're putting in a lot of mental, emotional, and physical work into this, building a new structure. I love it. Amazing. Okay. And you have look for a sign. Look for a sign that you're on the right track, that this is the right way to go. And maybe this reading is part of that. Look for a sign that you're doing things the way you need to do it. Maybe when your kids do something that is unexpected and you're like, oh wow, they are picking up what I'm putting down. Like I didn't think anyone was listening. But they are doing, they are adopting the values that I hold dear. They are doing things differently. They are feeling different than I did when I was growing up. Watch for that. Okay. I hope that was helpful. And until next time, have a great week.